My name is David. I'm a Play Frontier from the Genesis Group. I just want to give you guys a quick market update. I try to make it quick. So, from the last video, I said I was not impressed with Bitcoin's move. And, I was right about not being all that impressed. And it is heading back down. But here's the thing. Right now, don't worry about Bitcoin going down, going up. The big news I think that we should all be waiting for. Now here's the US dollar DXY. If you look at it from a daily, and I will go back to what news we really need to wait on. We're just about under $1.08. Okay, 108 actually. I'm sorry, not $1.08, 108. All right, and as long as the DXY hasn't been this high since over 20 years, or around 20 years or whatever, it hasn't been this high in 20 years, and sure, maybe it'll Optical Arts, which is one of the only two channels I really promote. He thinks this DXY will have a retrace, and yeah, I mean that seems reasonable because you can't always just keep going up parabolically. You're gonna have to go down, and he has his charts that really I can only look at whenever I watch his YouTube videos, because once again I keep telling you, the previous administration made it so if you live in Korea, you can't pay for services related to stocks or crypto, even if it's not even buying stocks or crypto, just using their services to gather information to make a decision on which way you want to trade, right? Anyway, the dollar's getting stronger. But what we really need to focus on is the CPI. And so CPI hasn't come out yet. All right, this is back in July 11th by Gary Wagner. And he expects June's inflation, which will come out in the States tomorrow or on the 13th, to be 8.6 or to go over 8.6%. All right. Now, here's the thing. If inflation goes over 8.6%, then you should expect Bitcoin to go down. If the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, prints where it favors, a downtrend that, somehow the Fed has it under control, then I would imagine, for the stock market and for cryptos, prices, you'll see it go up. So really that's the big news. And what happens is, if the CPI number is high, like let's say it's above 8.6% or even 8.6% or 8.5%, something like that, at the end of the month, maybe in July 27th or something, when they have their meeting, they're going to raise the interest rates at least, I don't know, 0.5 to 0.75 of a percent. And that's going to, I would imagine, bring the stock market and cryptos down more, because then the dollar will get stronger. It's going to pass that 108 mark, and it could go up to maybe 118, in the following weeks or whatever months. Who knows? Because once again, the interest rates go up, dollars become more expensive. And it's because dollars are more expensive that assets, the prices of assets, are getting cheaper to the dollar. When the interest rates are low and dollars are cheap to get, because they're cheap, asset prices go up to the dollar. Right now, why is the stock market, the housing industry, everything going down? Cryptos, why is it going down? Because the dollar's getting stronger. It's getting more expensive. It's harder to get. It's more expensive to get. And because it's becoming more expensive, all these asset prices are going down in value to the dollar. That doesn't mean you're not going to have inflation on the core goods that we need, like food and energy. Okay, food and energy is going up on the dollar. That just means food and energy is more expensive, is more valuable than the dollar, even when the dollar is getting more expensive in comparison to other currencies and assets. That the stuff that we need to survive and live is more expensive. It's basically what all that means. And so we're really waiting for tomorrow to see the CPI. Okay. Now that I mentioned that, all right. Also, Crypto Crew University, Steve. All right, that's the second channel, or the other channel. It's rather this could be the first channel that I will promote on my channel, or Optical Arts, right? One or the other, because I respect their I respect what they do. I respect how they show the charts and what indicators they use, and they're very legit. So, in this indicator, when the yellow line crossed, okay, uh, and maybe that's like a 20-day moving average, a 20-week moving average, and the red line's a 100-week moving average. Anyway, when they crossed in 2015, it pretty much came near or marked the bottom. 2018, pretty much something similar, and they just crossed not too long. Well, and they did cross anyway a bit back in 2022. You have this indicator back in 2015. You had a cross. Okay. 18 went across. And it probably already, it is probably like, might have crossed already, or it will cross in days. And all those times, it pretty much, marked the bottom, came, very close to the bottom. So, is there a possibility that 17,500 is a bottom? It's a possibility. But I still would not get rid of the buy orders that I put in all the way down to $12,000. I'm leaving those there. And we'll just see what happens. Okay, so. And no, Steve from Crypto Crew University is not saying that 17,500 is guaranteed a bottom. But, he is right when everybody thinks Bitcoin will continue to go lower. It's probably when it's going to reverse. And whenever everybody thinks it's going to go higher, is when it's pretty much, close to being done and over with. And so, in his mind, that chances are within a week or so, if Bitcoin already hasn't bottomed out, it will bottom out. So we're going to find out. But for me, the big thing is, it's the CPI, okay? The Consumer Price Index. After that, let's look at KOK-COIN. Already back down to 62 cents. Remember, for the next year or longer, altcoins will still go through a painful bear season. Okay, so even if Bitcoin bottomed or very close to bottoming or whatever, and Bitcoin continues to rise, it still doesn't matter for the altcoins. The altcoins will bleed even more, go down even more for the next year plus. So remember, I just warned you, okay? Now, remember, I'm not your financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do, but I am telling you what I'm doing, okay? Or what I'm thinking, and I just gave you reasons why, all right? So there you have it, okay? So let's wait for the CPI, all right? And I think the CPI is going to determine a lot on what will or what will not happen in the markets, all right? So that's that. All right, everyone. Love you guys. Got to go. If you look at it, it says 118 up top on the top left-hand corner. That's 118 in the morning. Sometimes I make videos late at night just for you guys. Okay. All right, everyone. Love you guys. Please take good care of yourself physically and mentally. Surround yourself with the right people. Be mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, spiritually healthy. And now's a great time to know God, because chances are things will get worse before it gets better. I'll say it again. Things will get worse before they get better. And it's been the theme on these videos at the end of these that I make. And I've been from like day one probably. And that's how it's been. So, all right, everyone. Love you guys. Praying for you in Jesus' name. God bless all of you. And KOK-COIN.